Well, Detroit Lions fans, we got some news. But is it good news?
Did you realize that you are a champion in their eyes?
Hey there, football fans. My name is Derek P. Fields, and this is the Gridiron Blitz. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, because here we talk all things football. The Detroit Lions dropped some pretty big news today. After 6 years of serving as principal owner and chairman of the Detroit Lions, Martha Firestone Ford has decided to step down from the role and pass the reins to her daughter, Sheila Ford. It might be a surprise to some Lions fans. It's a surprise to me, but as you can see, this has been in the workings for several years. This is not something that just happened today. This has been in the works for several years. It looks like she's been getting groomed by her mother and the staff around her to inevitably take over the team, which happened today. As a Detroit Lions fan, I can honestly say, with no bias at all, I am not one bit excited about this. Martha Ford took over in 2014. She was already 88. It was after the passing of her husband, William Clay Ford, who was the owner of the Lions at the time. As a Lions fan, we're not too happy with the overall production of William Clay Ford since he's owned the team, which was right around the time that the Super Bowl really began to kick off. We have never appeared in a Super Bowl. He did some very questionable things. He kept one general manager, Matt Millen, for far too long. He then in turn hired guys like Marty Morningweg, Steve Mariucci, and those guys, and can't say that we're too happy with that. Martha took over and she kind of did things differently. She had less tolerance than her husband. She did bring in Bob Quinn, who brought in Matt Patricia. If I'm not mistaken, I think Jim Caldwell was already there when she took over, and she liked him a lot. She finally discharged him in 2018 in favor of Matt Patricia. Now it's time for Sheila to take over, to have the full reins. And the question that I have for Lions fans is, are you excited? As a Lions fan, we have been screaming for new ownership for decades, and this is not that. This is just her passing down from one generation to the next. In addition to that, it appears as though Sheila has been behind the scenes for quite some time, and we don't know how much of a role that she's played. Did she actually have a role in hiring Bob Quinn and or Matt Patricia? So as a Lions fan, guys, I'm honestly, I'm not going to do it, man. I'm not that excited about this. News to me would have been if they sold the team. I recall reading a few months ago that no one in the Ford organization, none of the kids were interested in taking over the Detroit Lions. Well, that turns out to be a false narrative, because Sheila has been in the works. Taking over the team has been in the works for the past few years. So I'm guessing she's been under her mom's tutelage for quite some time, and it was just a matter of time before she officially took over, and that day was today. As a diehard Detroit Lions fan, I can honestly say that I'm not excited about this move one bit. I have to see what Sheila is going to do in the public light now that it's out that she is the chairman and principal owner of the Detroit Lions. What moves will she make to solidify her legacy with the Detroit Lions? Her father's legacy is not that great. Her mom's, in her short tenure, is sufficient, but she has to do something neither one of those could do, which is bring us a NFC North title. And she's got a lot of weight on her shoulders. She's got a lot of pressure from the fan base to sell the organization and to be better. And we'll see if she can live up to that. One of the things I think it's going to tell, this year is going to be big for her, because it's Matt Patricia's third year, Bob Quinn's fifth. We still need a pass rush. Will she go sign somebody? What will she do if Matt Patricia fails to bring respectability back to the Detroit Lions in 2020? I don't know, guys, but we will see what this year has in store. My name is Derek P. Fields, and this is the Gridiron Blitz. If you haven't subbed already, please consider doing so, because we drop football content every single day. You guys take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.